and both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step have trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Good evening, parents, friends, faculty, administration, and school board. My name is Carter Elvin, and I'm the valedictorian and president of the class. Tonight we gather to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2026. It is my honor to present our history. I would like to start this speech, but I'm pretty lame at starting speeches, so I decided to take a little inspiration from a generally well-known piece of literature. So here goes. In the beginning, God created the heavens, the earth, and the class of 2026. Well, one of those things wasn't quite the beginning, but you get the idea. The beginning for us was 2013 in kindergarten. Yup, parents, 2013. But elementary, good times, full of playing the original Flappy Bird on Mrs. Baker's phone and leaning our chairs back just that tiny bit too much. Though we may not have remembered all the details, there still exists to this day a sense of nostalgia for the times when we could go to school and just not really have to do anything. We could go to school and do easy stuff, like writing neatly, right? We were allowed to swallow thumbtacks. Well, we weren't allowed to, but Tegan took it upon himself to do it anyways. We got to go to the circus in first grade in one of our first field trips, where Paul developed his intense fear of clowns, but Hope won a whole bike. And we learned to sing Christmas songs in the second grade for the Christmas concert. Now that I think of it, music was a pretty big part of elementary school. Of course, there were the Christmas concerts, but there was also the dreaded time when Mr. Kennedy made everyone sing either a solo or a duet in front of everyone for a grade. As we moved up through the elementary grade by grade, we never really comprehended how big we got until we saw the tiny little first graders that we used to be. It's also around this time that we started to develop our own personality. In the words of Miss Sherry, we were a class of many chiefs with very few Indians. Mid to late elementary school was marked by a number of shenanigans, like Gavin making the wampum walls for the famed wampum dollars, or Addie and Katie Eversole running a whole black market slime lab in a girls' bathroom. And who could forget Mr. Yoder's peak compression socks while we were running miles around the elementary practice field with the ever faithful support of the man, the myth, the legend, Johnny. Then, of course, we finally reached sixth grade. We were now the big cheese of the elementary. Nobody could hold us down. Not even our poor, poor teachers who thought we wouldn't survive high school. Well, look at us now. Nothing could hold us back. Well, except the one thing that did, COVID. Sixth grade year, the last year to be a kid, of course, with the added perk of being taller than everyone else. But it wasn't meant to be. Sports ended abruptly. The first elementary musical was canceled. We weren't even allowed to have a true graduation ceremony. We had to drive by the school on our own to pick up our sixth grade graduation signs. But now, we were in high school. No longer were we the big kids. We learned to walk on the right side of the hallway. We learned to bring a charged Chromebook to class, sometimes. And of course, in the name of all that is good in the world, we made sure to bring a red pen to Mrs. Holmes's class. All this in between the weeks where we were actually in school and not in school. But that didn't stop us from doing what we do best, creating memories that stem from questionable decisions. Like Lily getting stuck under a desk in Mr. Weller's class and breaking her fingers. Or some of us deciding to take that one STEM class with Trey Young. Once we had reached ninth grade and passed COVID, it felt like we could actually have a normal high school experience, like going to school 5 days a week with more than half of our class actually being at school. High school taught us numerous things, like how hitting snooze on the alarm is never worth that look that Miss Anita would give you when you walk in while the national anthem is playing. Or how trying to get an essay turned in at 11:59 is just really not the play. Love you, Mom. And of course, to always take when Ethan says that a big assignment is due today with a hefty grain of salt. And David now knows to watch where he throws footballs. From when that truck driver pulled out a massive knife in a Sheetz parking lot on the 3 parade day and popped Silas's football. It's like this big. But just because we were spending more time learning important life lessons, it didn't mean that we couldn't find time for fun, like watching Shrek in Miss Will's class, or basically every waking second of Mr. Fisher's class. As a matter of fact, when I asked around the class for memories to include in this speech, I got many people who just said Mr. Fisher's class in general, but I received a staggering lack of finer details. And of course, who could forget the huge accomplishments that we achieved throughout our high school years? Whether it was the baseball team winning the state championship, or the trap shooting team winning 11th in the nation, the class of 2026 has quite the resume. And then came the time. Whether you were dreading it, or it truly could not have come any faster, senior year arrived. It truly did go by in the blink of an eye. No, like seriously. I know that's a cliche, but cliches exist for a reason. Between the Ocean City hotel room wrestling matches and Mr. Hendershot saying the volleyball score was 6-7, it really did go by so much faster than anyone thought it would. Senior year is a countdown, starting at 180. We do fun things to try to slow it down, like going to Topgolf or Ocean City or having breakfast in the parking lot. But that day, the day, still arrives nonetheless. At some point, every sports game became the last game. Every concert became the last concert. Every walk through the hallway became the last walk through the hallway. Every week became the last week. And eventually, every day became the last day. They say high school is the best years of your life. I say that's garbage. Maybe. I'm sure that we all had our fun and will look back upon this time with fondness and nostalgia. But if you think that high school was the worst time of your life, good for you. Could you imagine if the best years of your life all happened before you were 18 and everything after that was terrible? No. It's behind you, and you have your whole life ahead of you, waiting for you to come and seize it. So I implore every person
unforgettable memories along the way. As you heard earlier, our class has some pretty crazy memories that we will never cease to forget. I go back to the summer before senior year. All summer long, our parents told us, "You're gonna miss this. It won't be like this for long." And standing here today, I understand what they meant. Highlights of our senior years, such as the class trips, can now only be recollected through photographs and memories. As the final countdown of senior year reached its closing time, we wanted just 5 more minutes to play the game, to dance at prom, and ultimately to say goodbye to our childhood. When we were young, we couldn't wait for school to be out for summer, and looking back, senior year seemed so far away. Now, in a few short moments, we will be graduates. As time marches on, I encourage all to cherish these memories from the good old days, for they have shaped us into the individuals we are today. My advice for the class of 2026 is, don't blink, good times go by too fast. Graduates, as we sit here today, I encourage you to reflect on these memories and see just how far we've come. Being here on the stage is truly something to be proud of. After tonight, we will each travel our separate ways. What path we decide to take is up to us. Our futures are unwritten. Make it your own, embrace the climb. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once stated, the only person you are destined to be is the person you decide to be. Class of 2026, my wish for you is don't stop believing in your dreams, even when you're stressed out. Dream on, have the time of your life, for we only live life once. Our futures are up to us, and graduates, I encourage you to make the most of them. Class of 2026, take one last breath as we say goodbye to our childhood and enter the world. We are bound to encounter several extraordinary opportunities that we should never cease to let pass by. Our futures depend on us. Now I know there are several seniors anxiously waiting to walk across the stage to receive their diplomas and to enter the world full of endless possibilities. But before I close, for those who are carefully paying attention, there were 26 song titles within this address. 26 song titles for the unique, diverse, unified, unbroken class of 2026. Thank you and God bless.
Greetings, friends, families in the class of 2026. I want to start by asking a question. What is success to you? See, the world will tell you that success is a great paying job, lots of money in the bank, a mansion on the hill, loads of friends, and being popular. But I say that is all superficial. That's not really success. Sure, people will look at you and think you've made it. They might even be envious of what you have and what they do not. But that's not success. There are plenty of people in this world that have those things, but that doesn't make them happy. Think of how many famous movie stars and other celebrities that seem to have it all, the fame, the fortune, the fast cars, the huge mansions, and yet end up broke, drug addicted, divorced, and hopeless. See, it's not about what high-paying job you land, what college you go to, how much money you have in the bank, or the fancy car you keep in the garage. It's about finding your success and being useful. It's about being helpful, being respectful, and being there for someone when they need it. It's about finding joy out of seeing other people joyful. See, it's not about your GPA or what ranking someone has put you in. It's not about whether you've taken an AP physics over a music appreciation or a materials processing. It's about finding your love and striving to do your best in it. It's easy to be cynical. It's easy to point fingers and blame others. It's easy to be bitter when we are dealt a poor hand or given something we feel is unfair or feel a massive setback. But success doesn't point fingers or constantly criticize or even hold grudges. Success, well, the measure of success works towards solutions, places no blame on others, but takes responsibility, and it forgives. I pray you all have found your success and strive to be even more successful in your lives. I pray that the lessons your parents have taught you, what your teachers have instructed you, and what you have learned here at Southern Fulton will help you be the successful men and women that you are capable of being. Congratulations to the class of 2026. You deserve the very best. Life, however, will not be easy. Unfortunately, that is one thing that I can promise you. But remember, success is not measured, it's earned. It's earned by how you treat others and the contributions you make to the world and the people around you. See, it's not really about you. Family and friends, last Friday, our seniors had their awards and scholarship presentation ceremony. And at this ceremony, these seniors before you raked in quite a large sum of money towards the future endeavors from community businesses, civic organizations, and scholarship funds of which they applied. Now, hold on to your seats. A total amount of $299,700 was distributed and presented that day. Please give these people a round of applause. As we reminisce of all the things that these young men and women have done and the awards that they have earned, I would like to share with you, the families, the friends, the faculty, a brief snapshot of where this group is headed beyond their time here at Southern Fulton. Those furthering their education by attending and striving towards a degree at a four-year college or university, I ask that you please stand and be recognized. Those attending and pursuing a two-year degree or entering a certificate program of study at an institution of higher education, I ask that you please stand and be recognized. Those directly entering our workforce and immediately adding to the coffers of our Social Security, which mine's probably coming soon, please stand and be recognized. And finally, and certainly not least, those whom have enlisted and plan to defend our country in the most honorable and noble way by entering our nation's armed forces, I ask that you please stand and be recognized. It is at this time I would like to call to the stage Mr. Patrick Barr, President of the Southern Fulton School Board, and Ms. Meredith Hendershot, Superintendent of Southern Fulton School District, to prepare for the distribution and the presentation of the diplomas. I would ask that the audience to please hold all your applauses until the diplomas have been distributed, the tassels have been moved, and I have declared these seniors, your seniors, graduated. Gavin Elisha Malott. Paul Edward Hendershot. Isaiah Thomas Joseph Malott. Caden Rockwell Saunders. Cameron Vaughn Hickson. Tegan Alton Samajan Ritz. Jesse Allen Crow. Dylan Scott Wetzel. Deacon Bryce Barnhart. Silas Paul Dion. Bray Gregory Branson. Trenton Schuyler Kane. Owen James Oakman. Addison Lynn Burkett. Addison Marie Hendershot. Sage Hunter Wolf. Lillian Grace Unger. Joseph Eric Mormon. Gabriella Mercy Enzor. David Durrell Kendall V. Haley Renee Trail. Carter Lehman Elbin. Cameron Brooke Pittman. Luke Morton Bivens. Alexis Paige Johnson. Charles Michael Shives. Jesse Ann Wetzel. Landon Asher Locker. Abigail Daniel McCoy. Colin Joseph Householder. Mia Elizabeth Hiller. Austin Michael Mann. Ryan Olivia Smith. Brady Thomas Dressel. Hope Catherine Friend Fisher. Zachary John Jones. Caitlin Faith Pelton. Brooks Michael Norris. McKenna Grace Nunemaker. Ethan Michael Redding. Jackson Robert Kern Sokolowski. Abigail Marie Blankley. Connor Lee Payne. Reagan Leanne Hepburn. Colton Ray Malott. Kylie Nicole Messner. Hunter Michael Hall. Hannah Grace Fegley. Reed Owen Sertwell.
Rent's due first of the month.
Mariah Amber Wetzel. Ms. Hendershot, Mr. Bard, it is my privilege to certify that these students listed in the program tonight have satisfactorily completed the requirements for a secondary school diploma as outlined by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Board of Directors of the Southern Fulton School District in accordance with the standards established by the Secretary of Education and the State Board of Education. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from right to left. Ms. Hendershot, Mr. Bard, board members, faculty, staff, family, and friends, I am honored to present to you the graduated class of 2026. Could you please stand for the alma mater?
If, by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you, except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.